But listen, Miss Pugh, don't speak over me. Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen, Miss Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me.
Where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
You can go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Alright guys, today we've got a strict judge going head-to-head with a completely clueless sovereign citizen, because this woman literally walked into court holding a tiny scrap of paper with the usual sovereign citizen nonsense script, like she honestly thought she was about to drop some massive legal bombshells and stroll right back out without a pair of handcuffs. And I'm genuinely shocked this so-called flesh and blood person can even read in the first place, so this one is definitely going to be interesting. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this idiot. And let's go ahead and dive in and watch how this heated court hearing plays out.
Good morning. Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the what?
I'm the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand. Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right, so Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest. You know?
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself, or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you, or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it, and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus, and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel to effective defense.
It's overruled.
Okay.
You're running out, aren't you?
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine. No, it is absolutely not fine. You're making a complete fool of yourself right now, and honestly, we're all enjoying it. Because I'm really loving the judge's attitude here as she just sits there patiently waiting for this girl to completely run out of steam while reading her nonsense sovereign citizen script. And it's genuinely hilarious since these people always think they've unlocked some secret legal cheat code when in reality the law obviously does not work that way at all. Especially when courts have ruled again and again that saying "I don't consent" doesn't magically make charges disappear, because that's simply not how jurisdiction works. And I'm honestly surprised this sovereign idiot can even read sense. Let's be real. That's a pretty rare sight in this community, but seriously, I just need to know how she even ended up here and what her thought process was, because she honestly seems like a nice girl and this whole thing is just straight up embarrassing. Like, she has manners and she's saying "Your Honor," but it's painfully obvious she's completely lost and just grasping at straws. So let me know what you guys think about her, because I genuinely don't understand how someone can fall this far down the rabbit hole. since it's one thing to read about being a sovereign citizen, but actually showing up in court and doing it is something else entirely, and I'll never understand it. But let's dive back in because this one definitely isn't over yet.
So here's the thing, Miss Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Miss Pugh, don't
with my
speak over me.
incarceration- Respectfully, Your Honor, with my incarceration being
Miss
so-
Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why is because you have a lawyer and your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed
Go back.
agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled.
Is to the state.
Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. But hold on, because this one is not over yet, since this sovereign citizen actually comes back at a later date, and don't worry because I've got you guys covered with that hearing too. And at this point I honestly feel like the judge deserves some kind of award for patience, because dealing with a sovereign citizen like this girl is basically like arguing with a brick wall. Except the brick wall thinks it knows constitutional law, so big props to the judge, because she's calmly trying to make sense of all this nonsense and I'm here for it. She's being pretty snappy but also surprisingly patient with her, which I guess is fine. But let me know what you guys think about the judge so far, because personally I think she's handling this pretty well. But let's go ahead and dive into the next hearing and see if things get even more heated than this one. Let's dive in.
Perfect. So Ms. Pugh, Mr. Jeffries has been appointed to represent you. He's just been given, he's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree to comply with any of the appointed court agents, considering that their first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
And for your record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me, if you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today if that's what you want to do. We'll get your case set for trial and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well. Okay. So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required. All right. So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you?
I know I'm getting accused of.
Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegations from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And did you answer out loud just for the record?
Do I understand? No, I don't understand.
What do you not understand about that?
I swear on everything I was literally predicting she was going to say that right there. Believe it or not, guys, these sovereign citizens have honestly infiltrated my brain at this point, and I'm starting to lose brain cells day by day breaking down these sovereign idiots on a daily basis, because they're just so insufferable and ignorant that it's honestly sad to watch, especially since a lot of these people probably have some mental health struggles, but even beyond that they're also wasting public resources and time, which is a huge issue too, because courts and law enforcement have limited resources and these people think they can just burn through all of it with their nonsense. But on another note, I'm also surprised this lady didn't bring her little script like she did in the first clip. Maybe that time sitting under county jurisdiction in jail taught her to memorize her lines. But yeah, if she decides to represent herself, she's probably looking at 8 to 10 years here, so let's go ahead and dive back in and see if she actually wants to defend herself, because if she does, it's really not going to look good.
I don't understand, Your Honor.
So here's the thing. If you want to represent yourself, by law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? And I'd be glad to explain it.
I don't understand because I haven't did anything wrong.
That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine after they listen to the evidence if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case. I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Welcome to the criminal appointment list.
Yeah, fun, Judge.
This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So Mr. Jeffries, get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury, and we'll just get it figured out that way. All right.
I honestly think this judge did a 10 out of 10 job, and let me know if I'm wrong. But I really believe she did everything within her power to give this idiot a fair hearing before finally dragging her out of the courtroom, because the level of patience this judge showed was genuinely impressive. Like I would have lost it after 10 minutes tops, but she stayed calm and collected the entire time. And at the same time, it's also kind of sad watching people like this go through these situations, because she truly tried to be patient and gave this girl every possible opportunity to explain herself, even though we all knew exactly where this was headed. And I am so sorry to anyone who lost brain cells watching this video, because seeing sovereign citizens try to make sense of literally anything is painfully cringy, yet somehow still insanely entertaining, especially watching them squirm in front of a judge, which is honestly a spectacle in itself. You can practically see the wheels turning in this girl's brain as she struggles overtime to come up with some completely made-up answer to the judge's questions, like watching someone try to dance their way out of a corner with absolutely no rhythm, and this one was a total failure. So let me know what you guys thought about this hearing in the comments, because I'd love to hear your opinions on how the judge handled it. And if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe, since I'll be posting every single day. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care everyone.